tell us your title and describe your position of leaders, but please introduce yourself as well.
I'm Teri.wmv. I'm the Office Associate for Online Education in Extended University Programs at Western.
Okay. Please give us some background on your professional journey to your current position.
I've done many things. I've been in retail sales. I went to college to be an elementary school teacher, which I did for 6 years. And then I substitute taught, trying to get back in, and after I stayed home with children, and couldn't get back in because the economy had changed, part of the reason. So then I went back to school at a program at Davenport where it was free for underemployed people, since I also ran daycare at home. And it was an 18-week program which covered a year and a half of classes, and learned so I could pretend to be a secretary. And I finally, about 5 years ago, dropped the pretend secretary receptionist at a printing supply company that has since been bought out and is out of business. And I left, or I was asked to leave that job because they were downsizing, and what did I do? I got hired at Western and started out in the admissions office, and then have moved over to this office. So I'm in my 17th year.
Great. Do you have a philosophy for your role regarding online student services?
Anything I can do to make their lives easier, short of anything unethical.
Okay.
Just because most of our students are not on campus and are not aware of some of the rules and regulations, I try and make sure they are aware of them.
What are your personal expectations for your support of students for online education?
That I do the very best and most accurate that I can. I detest when students are given incorrect information, which makes their jobs more difficult, or school is their job. Their jobs more difficult. And I take responsibility in trying to give them the best answer I can, the most accurate answer I can, or find the person for them who will be able to give them the correct information.
Great. How do you build relationships online with students?
A lot of emails. One of the programs that I run here in online education is a special program called Open Learning, and it's a unique program in that students are allowed up to 6 months, and it's open entry, open exit. And I talk on the phone to a lot of students regarding that program because it is so unique that they sometimes come into the office here, but most of my communication and any questions with the students is handled online.
Do you have a set of standards or benchmarks you compare/evaluate your services against?
I guess, to be totally honest, it's internal, not external, because I pride myself in being customer service oriented. I always have been, and I try and help people the way I would want to be helped, or I would want my children to be helped when they were in school. And I will, if we are given guidelines, I will meet them. Rather than meet them, I try and exceed them. But not even students work for them. I do expect them to accept responsibility.
Okay. What is your relationship with other offices on campus?
I think it's very good, but my actual relationship, the way the department used to be, I was more involved with other departments, multiple departments on a daily basis. the job has evolved because it's become more online, that's not as crucial as it was, but I am in contact frequently with financial aid, with the registrar's office, with some of the departments that, in particular, the departments that offer the open learning.
Yeah, there's a stigma attached to online learning or student services.
Unfortunately, yes. I think in general, I think the academic community feels that online education is not the same quality of education as if you took the courses face-to-face. That's a constant battle, and whereas in many cases, certainly not all, but many cases, the rigor in an online course is harder because you're not depending on the auditory learning that you can get sitting in a lecture hall. You will get feedback through the discussions and the chat portions of some of the courses, but it's different, but it doesn't mean it's worse. It's just, online education fits a niche for a very organized student, because there will just be stated in their syllabus that something is due this date. There's nobody standing in front of them, reminding them that they have to turn something in. In the open learning section of online education, it's self-paced, so there's nobody telling them when anything is due except that their end date arrives. But as far as customer service, I've seen our department get a lot of positive feedback that we are very customer service oriented, that we go out of our way, and I'm not talking just me, I mean our whole department. And I think that that's wonderful, but we also get the students who contact us and say we never get back to them, or they leave us a phone number that isn't right, they don't have voicemail set up, they send us the wrong email, we can't get back to them. But in general, well, I would say our customer service is exemplary.
Do you belong to a professional organization for online education or student services?
Not a professional organization, no, but I do belong to some committees within extended university programs for student services.
What do you see as the future of online education and student support services within online education?
I think the sky is the limit for the future for online education. And I think it's the wave of the future for several reasons. One, students can work at home, they can work in the middle of the night, they can take a week off and catch up on the weekend without having to go to class. It allows the student more flexibility, provided they are a student who can handle more flexibility. But I also think that it's going to assist traditional schooling in that it allows, you don't have to build more brick and mortar buildings to serve more students at your institution. You don't need to pay to have that classroom heated 24/7 at a I mean, it's going to be heated, but you know what I mean. You don't have to pay, you will save money in electricity, energy, that kind of thing, because you can fill a, quote, classroom without having to heat it. And as far as customer service, I think that our department has made a big effort and headway in trying to bring the whole university around to provide more customer service. I think our department is leading the university in customer service for online students, because our students did not have access to the writing lab or they've had access to the library, but they've had very, very limited access if they were not here on campus. And I think not me myself, but our department is forcing the university, other departments on the university campus to look at this increasing component of the student body.
Good, thank you so much.